No matter how far you progress, journey in life, no matter how great the things are that you achieve, there's always great value in coming back to where you came from, to where you grew up, where you were born, where your starting point was. And for me, that's British Columbia, Canada. So here I am in a beautiful river in a forest. And this year I've spent most of the year outside Canada. I've traveled to different countries, lived in different cities, and nothing will ever compare to where I came from in terms of the unique energy it holds. This is where I grew up. This is where I faced my first hardships, where I overcame my first hardships, where I had my first relationships. I made my first social circles and friends. And, there's that quote where it says, never forget where you came from. And I think why that idea is powerful is that wherever you came from and the unique set of hardships and traumas you faced and overcame is forever your unique fuel source to do great things in the world. And for each person, that's going to be different. Maybe they had a difficult time at home with their parents. Maybe they had a very difficult relationship. Maybe you had a very hard time in school or with your friend group or whatever it is. The stage where that took place from age 8 to 18 is forever burned into your mind as some pivotal formative years. And a lot of what you're going to do as an adult is in some way fueled by those years. And I think that by coming back and returning to where you came from on a semi-regular basis, you're able to get back in touch with that. And as you travel far and wide into all the different countries, all the different cities, build different businesses, have different relationships, forge alliances and business partnerships, having that anchor to where you came from gives it all perspective. It keeps you grounded. It allows you to actually feel how far where you are now is from where you started. For me too, it also puts me in touch with the fact so many people never make it out of their hometown. If life was a video game, it's like some people choose to play in the zone they started in for 80 years, for 100 years, and then the game's over. And it's fascinating coming back to where you came from and seeing the people that both haven't changed and have changed. It's like time here stands still while you're out doing so many things with your life. And that perspective is extremely valuable. I think it actually helps you make better decisions. And I think as important as it is to leave your starting zone, to leave your hometown and explore the world, it's equally as important to keep a connection with where you started. There's an idea in Buddhism that the hard thing about virtues is that they're almost always in the middle between two vices. And I see that with how people live their lives. On one hand, one vice is never leaving the country you were born in, living your entire life there. And the other vice is never having a home base, constantly traveling, being a nomad forever, and forgetting where you came from. And in the middle is exploring the world while keeping your connection to where you came from. And keeping that connection while also exploring the freedom what the world has to offer, for me, helps me cultivate amazing ideas. It gives me like a superpower of creativity and energy to build whatever I want, whether it's businesses, relationships, lifestyle, anything. And if you think about it, success these days is more about the quality of your ideas, your ability to execute them, rather than brute force hard work. Because a lot of the hardest working people in the world are not successful at all. There's an element of coming back to your hometown, to where you started, that can be confronting to people. There's a fear of being sucked back into the gravity of where you came from. There's a fear that your old friends won't understand you anymore. And I've met people that have lived and expressed this fear, and in my opinion, the fear is overblown. I think it's healthy, beneficial, and worthy to come back to where you came from as a new person. So I'm recording this about halfway through September 2024. It's been an incredible year so far, and I have big plans for the final 3.5 months of this year. One of the things I've committed to for the past about 40 days is a daily YouTube video, and I see the effects of that starting to compound. I'm gonna leave it here for today. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.